Well, Girish, thanks so much for your time today. Ovolo Hotel's on the expansion trail again. What's the big news you've got at the moment?
Well, Ovolo is now, well, we've grown from Hong Kong, we went to Australia, and now we've set our eyes on Bali. So we're going to be launching Bali soon, and this is going to be the second brand of Ovolo.
Wonderful.
So we're quite excited about that, and it's going to be in Kudup.
It's a good spot for you because you've got a strong Australian following, you've got a strong Hong Kong following as well. So you're literally smack bang right in between it's a popular spot for both countries.
That's right, that's right. So we looked at the equidistance between Hong Kong and Australia and found Bali.
And in Australia, you've grown dramatically in the last few years, as we keep talking about. Are you still looking for more assets all over Australia? Are there many more you have your eyes on?
We certainly are looking at more assets in Australia and New Zealand. Australia, we're very keen to get something in Perth. I think that would kind of also complement with what we're doing in Bali, because from Australian travelers, most are from Perth into Bali. So very keen on Perth. We've got two properties we're opening up in Melbourne next year, which are both very exciting. So we continue our trail across Australia, and we of course would like to continue growing.
Obviously, demand for both brands as well. You've obviously got the full Ovolo brand and Mojo Nomad as well. So you're really hitting two key price points as well.
That's right, that's right. So in Australia, right now, Ovolo, we haven't started with the second brand yet, which we plan to start very soon, we hope. And of course, we're looking at resorts too in Australia. That's a keen and growing strong market.
Obviously, inbound to Australia from China continues to be very, very strong, and other Southeast Asian markets as well. So you've got that inbound potential as well. So as long as you grow your brands throughout Asia, you're still looking at that inbound following from those countries as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So in fact, I just attended a conference at lunchtime, and they're talking about China, of course, leads the pack into Australia, but very strong followings coming in from India as well. So that's kind of interesting. India is the largest growth market for Australia.
And getting there eventually as well. It's been a market that was a bit slow at the start, but is getting a lot more traction again now. Would you look at going into India with your brands?
Oh, absolutely, for sure. I think India's kind of ready for Ovolo.
Sounds like it is. And development in that country has been interesting in recent years. There was a lot of hotels announced a good 10 years ago. That did slow down, but it's getting momentum again now, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is. It is, certainly. In fact, India has had a growth, one of the few markets that had growth in ADRs this year, which is looking interesting.
Now you've obviously looked at the UK and the US. You've still got your eyes on those two?
Still do. It's not been easy, UK and US, but we'll get there.
And do you think the growth of that boutique lifestyle segment in the US it's perfect timing at the moment really for you guys and what you want to do, looking at what some of the other great boutique and lifestyle brands are doing across the US?
Absolutely. And I think there's still a very good, place for Ovolo to be in the US. We haven't come across anything similar to what we do in a country like US. And of course, we'd like to set our sights in either LA or New York. So still looking around, the team's working hard on it.
And how important is it having co-working spaces in a lot of these hotels where you're opening now, given the demand from corporate travelers to be able to have everything in one place?
Oh, I think it's very important. Look, it's just going to become part of the mainstay. Co-working is just plenty of communal working spaces. It's just going to become a norm for all hotels, just like Wi-Fi has become a normal, to offer free Wi-Fi. Communal working spaces, having where people can get together and work and play and have happy hour. I think that's just going to be the norm now.
Now, as an owner-operator, how important is having great F&B in the hotel from your perspective?
Well, we were a latecomer to F&B. We started out as purely kind of a limited service hotels, just offering the breakfast and kind of all-day dining, and I was convinced to get into the F&B by my team and said, no, you need a great F&B to have a great hotel space. I said, okay. So we kind of dabbled into it, and most of our hotels now have a very cool signature restaurant, and that's done very well. So I see the importance of it, and it's doing well. So we just opened a new restaurant in Brisbane, Zazatar, which is a modern Israeli restaurant, which has done very well.
And because you're growing more in the hotel management space as well now, as not just in the owner-operator space, so how important is it finding the right partners that understand F&B like you do?
Well, not just F&B, you understand the hotel space. That's important. And understanding that what the difference we bring in terms of what we do. And I think they can easily see from the kind of numbers we've delivered on our own properties, they can see what we are able to achieve. So finding the right kind of mindset people, that's important.
And you've come a long way since you popped up in Australia in a laneway in Melbourne in one of the fastest conversions we've ever seen in a building. And you've come a long way from that into what is this amazing company now. What do you put it down to, Girish?
We just happened to step into a place or to get into this hotel space. And just by bringing a difference, just by understanding what the guests want and delivering what that is. I mean, whether it's effortless living, just making the lives a lot easier for the guest, and whether it's from our free offerings that we provide to all the guests, it just makes it easy, and it's got a nice cool vibe, kind of casual, kind of fun.
And you've got a brand that's firmly in the right segment, isn't it? You look at globally, the boutique lifestyle space is exploding. So many owners want to have those brands now. These are owners who wanted big brands in the past. So you're really in the right segment at the right time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, all the big chains are now getting into that too, right? So they've all kind of created a little bit of kind of bespoke boutique offerings within their large portfolios. And then you have a lot of independents that are being acquired by some of the larger chains. So definitely the larger chains have noticed the onset of boutique hotels.
And there are some challenging markets around the world at the moment, Girish, including Sydney and Hong Kong, where we are right now. How are you performing well in some of those segments?
Well, Hong Kong has been hit very hard with the unrest that's in Hong Kong right now. And the hardest hit sector has been the hotel sector, followed by retail and restaurants. But we've been hit pretty hard with tourist numbers falling and so on. But Ovolo generally has done, I guess we've done fairly better than our peers in the industry. I guess because of the location of hotels, that's done very well. And we were fairly aggressive when the problems kind of began in Hong Kong, and we took the steps to ensure that we have continued business, and that has paid off. So we've seen a drop. Look, I won't say we haven't had a drop, we've had a drop. I guess our drop, I would say that has not been as bad as what I'm hearing across the market. So I'm quite happy about that. It tells you that the Ovolo brand is working.